Alrighty. We're live once again. Anyway, sorry about that. I woke up. Usually I cough, I sneeze. I sleep with the fan on, by the way, so. Anyway, it's now Corona. Anyway, I love the title, by the way. Social Distancing Awkwardness. Yesterday I went to the store. I went to the store with my dad. And it was in the store was in the county area where St. Louis County, for those who don't know, where social distancing is required. You're required to stay, I think, 6 feet from people. Sorry, I had to burp. And it was the most awkward thing ever. It was just like, and I'm one of those people that has social anxiety, and I don't like interacting with people that much. I don't like talking that much to people, even though I could be a nice person, but I kind of have this social awkwardness. But it comes to the point where even I, with social anxiety disorder, will look at this social distancing thing and go like, how retarded is this? And I know there's a lot of people who are sheep. They are sheep to the latest trends, what's hip, what's cool, what's in our little fucked up little circle, bubble. And they will be like, there's Corona. There's Corona. People in Italy died of Corona. And I am one of those people who are just like, why do you go into fear mongering? Like, why do you immediately go like paranoia of something? It's like if you're scared of Corona, that probably means you don't wash your hands, you touch your face too much, and you cough on people. I guess that's what it is. I guess you're afraid of catching it because you do what they say you're not supposed to do. Now, I wash my hands. I use hand sanitizer. I buy Lysol. I stock up on shit like that. But this whole social distancing thing was so awkward and weird, where I was just like laughing of how cringy it is. Now, we walked into the store, and I grabbed like a salad kit, Caesar salad kit, and bananas and peaches and all that. And this guy, walks past me, and he's doing like holding his arms together. It looked like he's praying so he doesn't touch people around him. And I'm on the phone responding to a message, and I'm looking at this dude going like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's grabbing something. He's trying to like keep his distance from my dad. And I was laughing inside, and I wanted to like, scared the shit out of this dude by coughing. But I didn't. I wanted to, but I didn't. And the whole thing about it, the whole store, it was like not that many people in there because our crazy ass governor, who's just a farm boy from a small town in Missouri, is wanting to a limited amount of people in stores. He wants to have a limited amount of people. Now, I am not on the Alex Jones conspiracy theory wagon but I'm starting to. I'm looking at this, and I feel like states, electoral people, and counties and cities want to have a lockdown on everything, control the businesses, the amount of people. I mean, they're pulling people over, asking them, why are you out? What are you doing out? It's like a fucked up socialist society. And now, I believe that's what's going on. I believe that there is something going on that we all don't know about. I believe that. I believe that we are in this socialist state. Hold on. So, for me, I believe that. I believe that we're in this prison chamber. I'm just waiting for the dome. From the Simpsons movie, you know, the dome, but people like Stephen King's Under the Dome. It's like bullshit. Simpsons did it first. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for the dome. So, for me, I feel like that we are in this state. This dome thing. But anyway, there isn't much really going on in comics, and I am really, like, sad. There's no like, I can't even go to my fucking comic book store to go buy books. I was talking about that with my dad, Van, where I was just like, man, what the fuck am I gonna do? What do I do? Like, I'm not gonna be able to buy books, and hello. So anyway, we kicked off with it's alright, love. It's alright. I was talking about the social distancing thing, of how awkward it was. Like, I never in my life I never in my life imagined that I would be in this social distancing thing. And I remember, you know, like, anyway, I want to get back to that story real quick, the social distancing thing. I never I felt like we were in, it felt like it was like cross between We Happy Few, which is a weird video game, by the way. Like, I never in my, if you never played We Happy Few, it's like, imagine being Batman in the Joker world where people are like smiling. They have like this clown looking face smiling, which scared the shit out of me. And also imagine being in The Walking Dead. It is the most awkward thing. It was like so creepy because there weren't that many people out in the store, and there weren't that many people out in public. And I remember we drove past Chuck E. Cheese, and it was actually sad. It was really sad. It was like the saddest place I've ever seen. Empty. All the arcade off. The lights were off. It looked a bit like what was that one popular thing? One popular thing with the teddy bears and all that. Um, my youngest nephew, was into it a lot. Like he really loved it. Shit. Well, it was the teddy bears, the robotic, evil teddy bears. Great, my mind is like frozen. It's like a video game Frozen. I'm trying to think, what the fuck was that called? They made like several toys of it. It was before Fortnite type shit. Like people played the shit out of that video game, and they had all the merchandise. They did the I'm trying to think of it. My mind is like, what was it? I'm trying to think. Oh, I know somebody's probably yelling it. Like, it's this, you idiot. Like, my mind's frozen. I don't want to message my sister because she's probably asleep. It's early in the morning. She's not a morning person. I mean, now she'd probably be up, like, taking her kids to school, but now it's like probably sleeping in. Oh, shit. What was it? I don't feel like looking it up. Anyway, it'll come back to me. Anyway. Brian Bendis was back in the news since DC Oh, you have forgotten all about the 5G. Well, maybe in the light of coronavirus pandemic, DC Comics as well, but plenty of plans have already been in place moving forward, including, it seems, The Legion of Superheroes #5 by Brian Bendis and Ryan Sook. For those keen readers, the 5G, the new plan for the timeline, with Batman being taken over by Luke Fox, Barry Allen being replaced by Captain Boomerang's kid as the Flash, Clark Kent being replaced with Superman by John Kent, who in the Legion of Superheroes is off to the future, the 31st century, on the gap of 1,000 years of perspective, may look back on the current timeline. They include remembering the Howard Porter, Grant Morrison JLA, with Superman with a mullet, Aquaman with a harpoon, Green Lantern was Kyle Rayner. I remember that was a good one. And that one, at JLA, it was pretty good. It was kind of awkward because they had Batman and Wonder Woman in a sort of like short-term relationship. For those who don't know, Marv Wolfman and George Perez's era of the Teen Titans. But what about the current era of DC? Apparently it's all up in the air. Now it's just down to the DC printer is closed or Diamond is shutting up shop. With Brainiac 5 seeing this own era, rather unstable. Ew. What happened to, well, they're basically talking about what's going to happen with DC. Well, I'm trying to think what the fuck that video game is. Now my mind is like stuck on like trying to figure out what the fuck was that video game I was talking about. The that was about the Batman Wonder Woman short-term relationship. Yeah. Trying to figure out what the fuck that video game was I was talking about. It was... I remember it like... My nephew was obsessed with it. I mean, he wasn't obsessed with it, he was just really a big fan of it. And he had like all the teddy bears, the robot teddy bears, and... It's like Hello Neighbor type video game. It's where you sneak into this restaurant, had like all those robot teddy bears, and they come alive, and you're trying to stop them from killing you. What was that fucking video game? Think of it. Let me look it up. I gotta look it up on my phone because I can't fucking think of what it is. No, it's not Crash Bandicoot. No, it's not the video game Naughty Bear. What was that fucking video game? Five Nights at Freddy, that's the fucking video game. Five Nights at Freddy. That's what it is. It was that stupid video game. Huh. Five Nights at Freddy. I never played it, so anyway. So apparently Bendis is trying to kickstart the 5G thing, apparently, or is he? Oh, I hear thunder roaring. So we might get a thunderstorm while we're doing the podcast. How perfect. Anyway. It does look like a storm. So anyway. Yep. Played. Oh. I never played it. I I don't know, it just didn't look like my cup of tea. Video game, so. Anyway, I wanted to talk about. We talked about it before. Gal Gadot's Imagine. I never found anything so hilarious that it backfired so quickly. John Mayer, of all people, talked about it. I feel bad for Gal Gadot about it. John Mayer lampoons on Gal Gadot's Celebrity Imagine completion that was panned as tone deaf. And he basically mocks the entire Imagined. And it was hilarious. He basically did a parody of mocking Imagine. It's pretty awkward that Larry the Cable Guy, John Mayer are in the same boat of saying how tone deaf and how stupid Imagine is. Never in my life I would ever see that. And they were right. I mean, if you've watched the video, I watched it 100 times. Not really, but I watched it a couple times. Less cringe-inducing than the social distancing at the store. But it was fucking hilarious. You have one dude whose eye looks like he's about to pop out of his head while he's singing the chorus. You had Zoe Kravitz who looks high while doing it. No facial expressions, just high as a kite. I mean, not high as a kite, but, not high laughing, but high I'm chilled, fucked, whatever. Don't give a shit. It was just funny. And the one, Linda Carter, just sounded horrible. I wish somebody would have had her remove her headphones when she was singing it. But I imagine she was singing it while listening to the song. And that's what I imagined she was doing. Linda Carter's the lady with the headphones. Yeah, it's Cyclops who was in it, who you could tell edited the fucking video he did multiple takes, trying to get the right tone in his voice to sing it. And you had the lady with the dog that looked like a hostage situation. And I just want to blink twice if you're okay. That's what it looked like. It looked like a fucking hostage situation video. I imagine the video of when her take, she's like, I don't want to sing it, and there's the camera person you will sing this fucking song or we will kill you. She starts singing it. And you had the dog who's sitting there going why the fuck am I in this? Don't touch me, human. This whole video was just cringe and bad. And it ended perfectly with the one dude singing it Then it starts up with the one dude, imagine, no possessions. And it's like... And I'm thinking, like, dude, you just ruined the fucking song. It ended perfectly. But you had to go, imagine no possessions. and I'm thinking, like, this fucking... Like, I never liked John Lennon's music. I never cared for the Beatles. It's always down to, like, name 2 British bands. Either the Beatles or the Rolling Stones. I never cared for either one. I like The Who. And it's raining now. The Who is my favorite band from Britain. Like, I love The Who. Like, We Don't Get Fooled Again. Who Are You? The Seeker. The Seeker is like one of my favorite fucking songs. Immigrant Song. Like, for those who never heard Immigrant Song, it was the song that was played in the Thor movie, the beginning of Thor Ragnarok. Hammer of the God. Like, that was a great song. But I never fucking cared for the Beatles. I never... Like, John Lennon was singing about peace, but yet he couldn't bring peace in his own fucking family. The guy was a wife beater. Abused his children. Like, his child... I think both his children hated him. Like, he was a piece of shit. And people go like, he was a man about peace. It's like, no, he couldn't bring peace in his own family. Let alone the world. Like, I never cared for John Lennon as a person. And I don't get, like, the thing that a lot of people, I think, were annoyed is with Imagine, that it was a song not really perfect for this time right now. Like, you're singing about imagine no possessions, so everybody needs possessions now. They need toilet paper, cleaning supplies, paper towels, laundry soap, body soap, medicine. Everybody's out of possessions right now at stores. Like, we all need it. We all need the possessions right now. Like, there's no dude wipes. Imagine how I feel when I only got 1 pack of dude wipes. Imagine I had none of that possession. I mean, I couldn't even find fucking flour. Flour at the store. There was no flour. It was gone. So, everybody needs possessions. And here's the thing about it. You're singing this song where there's like thousands of people around the world dying of this virus. And you're singing the first chorus coming from Wonder Woman, imagine no heaven or no hell below us. When you start out the song of saying imagine no heaven and you know their people are dying, what were you thinking? So, what were you thinking? Singing this song. Like, you couldn't even, like, get, like... I mean, and the funny part of the video is Will Ferrell singing. Look like he's taking a shit while singing. Like... That was the one part of the video, I will admit, I cracked up laughing. I wish he would have done one of his characters. I wish he would have reprised Ricky Bobby while doing it. That would have been funny. I would have been like, okay, I give this video a pass. But he didn't. But looking back on it, I like the Will Ferrell part. One thing I wish he would do is like do a live stream where he's reprising all his characters and like different videos. Like the Ricky Bobby one is like one I would want to see him and John C. Reilly doing Shake and Bake. Like, I would love that. That would make me happy just to see that, because I love that fucking movie. Like, that's a great movie. Like, the Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby. Like, that's a good movie. Him and, he was in it. John C. Reilly, Sacha Baron Cohen, Amy Adams before she did Man of Steel. Like that was a good movie. Like that was a good movie. I'm surprised they never did a sequel. That was like the one thing that bugs the shit out of me. Like they never did a sequel to it. Like that'd have been so much fun. Like seeing, a sequel to it. But looking back on it, like I'm happy they didn't do a sequel. Like I love the part where he is like stuck in a wheelchair. Because he thinks he got paralyzed and paraplegic in an accident, but it was all in his head. It made no sense, but it was funny. And you have Michael Clark Duncan who's just sitting there going like, "What the hell am I doing with this fool?" And they tried to do it with Arrow in the most serious way, but that backfired. With Will Ferrell doing it, it was just perfect and funny. Like I love that part. That part was hilarious, where he gets up, he starts walking. It was just, and everybody's just looking at like this, just. And it was just so funny, like, and he names his sons Walker and Texas Ranger. That is like the most redneck thing. But anyway, like Will Ferrell, I give a pass on because it was just he looked the same way. He looked high and he looked like he was in the middle of taking a shit while singing. So I give that a pass. The ginger who looks like the character of Mad Magazine, Alfred E. Newman. What were you thinking? Like you shouldn't be. What is it with people singing or taking photos in front of the mirror? That was the douchiest thing when it first happened. People taking selfies and taking a photo of themselves in front of the mirror. That was the stupidest fucking thing ever in trend. That's like a MySpace thing. Like, one, you shouldn't be singing in front of the mirror while holding an iPhone and you have a air freshener can on your tub. Okay, it's like one of those things where you take a selfie and your toilet is in the background and the lid is up. You shouldn't do that. Number one, because it's stupid. And number two, don't do this high tone voice where you sound like a chick. Okay, that is the stupidest thing ever. And I'm trying to think of the other people who were in it. Amy Adams was in it. Amy Adams got like the worst end of it, like where she's, Amy Adams got like the worst effect of it. Like people were like calling her out, like, sitting in front of a mirror with the light hitting, like trying to look angelic while singing. People made fun of that. Like one thing that I laughed at was there weren't a lot of cast members of Justice League or in the DC universe involved. Like there were. Zoe Kravitz is in it. Amy Adams. Kirsten Wiig, who plays Cheetah. But I think what a lot of people were like, there was no like Ezra Miller, Ray Fisher, Jason Momoa, Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Robert Pattinson, Margot Robbie. They weren't involved. I'm sure Ben Affleck's like, I got enough fucking problems as it is. Like, it kind of made me laugh because it's just like something in my mind's going like, man, would you imagine like Robert Pattinson getting a call or a message being like, be involved in this? And he's like, oh hell no. like Zoe Kravitz looked like she didn't want to be involved. Like she was just like, I smoked a blunt, I don't want to do it. And they're like, you gotta do it, come on, it'd be fun. And she just doesn't. She has like no emotions whatsoever. like at the end of it where she sings it, it was just like, there, I did it, I'm done, leave me the fuck alone, I'm high, I got corona. like like that was the part that just made me laugh and be like, that is a total Catwoman move. like that was just like Selena Kyle going like, I ain't doing this shit. And she doesn't. She's like, there, I did it, I'm done, leave me alone. Like that was the best part about it. But I kind of wish that I kind of like the thing about it was just like, it was like, yeah, a lot of people got mad. Like they were all together like the villagers in the end of Frankenstein, where they have pitchforks, torches, bloodhounds leading the pack, all going to them, ready to shred them to pieces for what they did. But now it is just like, it is hilarious how part of it, like some of them were like trying to like change the world. And it's raining, by the way, if you can hear it in the background. But there are, if you watch it again, there are celebrities who kind of know this was stupid. Sarah Silverman, Zoe Kravitz, Will Ferrell. I'm throwing Will Ferrell in it because he, you know, he's Will Ferrell, alright? Leave him alone. And the one guy who looks like his eye was about to pop out of his head while singing it, because he kind of looked drunk. So those four kind of knew this was stupid. But they did it. So those four, for me, get a pass. Because they were funny about it. Like Sarah Silverman kind of knew this was she was trying to be funny about it, trying to make a joke out of it. So I give them a pass on this one, because I like them. I mean, Sarah Silverman's kind of a bitch, but you know, I like Sarah Silverman. I give her props for trying to make a joke out of this. But I love at the end. The end kind of cracked me up. The end was funny. Gal Gadot, if you watch at the end of it, her fan, see, she has this Instagram filter thing. But in the back of it, you can see the ceiling fan, and it kind of looks like devil horns pointing out of her head. And she has this smile when she sings the final chorus, where she's just like, I just saved everybody's day, and I saved the world. That smirk was funny, because she thought she did something so sincere that she changed the world and saved it. But in reality, shit hit the fan. Once you finish editing it and uploaded it, shit hit the fan. Because I'm sure she was thinking like the first 5,000 likes and the comments were all great. The comments weren't. Once you uploaded it, the comments came back and kicked you like Cheetah's back kick. Sent you flying. And everybody was ready to rip you apart. That was funny. But man, that was just that was so bad. So Anyway, I will say better. Yeah, I'll use a better term because none of us seen Wonder Woman 84, and I'm doubtful we'll ever see it. Is she got dragged like Catwoman in Injustice 2, where Catwoman gets on her cat cycle, uses the whip, wraps it around your feet, and drags you across, jumps up, and the motorcycle lands on you. That's how it was. That's how it ended. So anyway, this one kind of cracked me up. It was that in this article. Let me find the. There was this one article I saw, which this video I saw. I was going through like videos and stuff. I was trying to find stuff to watch because I was laughing. I watched. Lilo woke up from her nap. My favorite moment. It is my favorite moment as well. I love playing as Catwoman and Injustice 2. That and Batman. The Flash was pretty cool. Like I love the part where the Flash and Reverse Flash fights through Speed Force. Like that was awesome. That was an awesome thing. Like I can't wait to see that in the movie. But those are my three favorites to play. Four. Mr. Freeze. Those four are my favorite. Batman, Catwoman, Flash, Mr. Freeze. Those are my four favorites. I've been playing Injustice 2 on the mobile. I've been trying to get good at it. So, this one cracked me up on, this one's pretty interesting. Somebody made a Batman Begins scene with Robert Pattinson replacing Christian Bale on YouTube. This person took Robert Pattinson's face and hair and placed it on Christian Bale for this Batman Begins scene. It's the scene where Christian Bale meets Lucius Fox. And if you could hear the heavy rain coming down. And I was just like, holy shit. Like, it was like one of those moments. You saw that too? I saw that, I was just like, damn. Like, it's one of those cool things. It was scary but cool because how they do it, how technology is now and advanced and all that. But I saw that, I was just like, that is so cool. Like, and you know, it's really a cool scene to watch. Like, I never imagined that they would, you know, do that, but it was really cool, and I really digged it. And it kind of like, when I watched it, I was just like, you know, it's kind of like something Robert Pattinson would do if he was, you know, Batman. You know, in a Nolan Batman film, he would be great, like Christian Bale. But it was one of those things when I saw, I was just like, man, that is really cool, and it makes me look forward to seeing what Pattinson does for Batman. I look forward to seeing it. It's one of those things that you know, I know a lot of people gave Robert Pattinson shit about being cast as Batman, and now, like, the first image you saw, like the first sneak peek of him as Batman you saw, yeah, a lot of people are like, man, that's cool. But one thing I've heard is that Reeves and Pattinson are still filming part of the Batman thing with a small limited amount of crew that they did coronavirus tests on, and they all, of course, you know, came back negative. But there's rumors that they are doing Batman scenes. Like, they're filming in a studio. Like, I think they stopped filming outdoors. And now I think they're filming, like, in a contained studio where they're doing some scenes and stuff. I don't know if it's true, but I've heard it on, places that are like, oh, they're doing the scenes and stuff. I hope it's true, because it's just like, I hate to see them stop filming for 2 weeks and not do anything within those 2 weeks breaks and stuff. I mean, they could still do the scenes in the studio with a small crew. Like, do it like indie style. Like, do it independent style. You don't need a big ass crew to film scenes and stuff. Like, you could just do it and bam, you're done. And rumor reports are saying that Zack Snyder's JL is getting a release that got delayed due to coronavirus. I hope they release the Snyder cut. I think they should release it. But I mean, Matt Reeves did a lot of independent films and stuff. I think that if they film the scenes with a small crew and do it in a contained area, they could film some of the scenes and stuff. They could film like the scenes between, they could film the Batcave scenes between Alfred and Bruce, or Bruce taking down, a gang, or doing interrogation or something. They could do that, But I know they're thinking safety, but here's the thing. They could do... They have the studio in London. They could just go there and do, scenes and stuff. But they're, I think, in Scotland, so who knows what they're doing. I hope the rumors are true, that they're filming scenes and, with a small crew and stuff. So anyway... I seen this article, this video and article, which was very hilarious. It involves Christian Bale in American Psycho. Christian Bale played Patrick Bateman in American Psycho. And Christian Bale said in an interview, says that his American Psycho co-stars thought he was the worst actor they've ever seen. That made me laugh. Because I talked about Christian Bale, and he's one of the best Batmans. He's I think every Batman has their own interpretation and their own performance. Like, Robert Pattinson will be on the list of one of the great Batmans. He won't be like Adam West, but, he'll be on... Adam West to me is like the best Batman ever. God bless Adam West. And, of course, I'm on the wagon of praising Ben Affleck, Batman, a lot. But I said it before on the show that Ben Affleck's Batman was the Batman that I've always wanted to see on the big screen. An older, grizzled Batman who's been through shit. And, he takes on Superman. That was the version of Batman I've always kind of wanted to see. And, I mean, now, older, I appreciate Adam West's Batman. How bright and colorful, how hopeful, how positive his version of Batman is. It's kind of that version of Batman we all need in today's time. Throughout life, we all need that hopeful, positive, everybody can be good, even if they've done bad things. Batman. We need that version of Batman. And I appreciate Affleck's Batman. I think it's sad that we won't see what happens, but anymore with his version of Batman. And I look forward to Robert Pattinson's Batman. His Batman kind of reminds me of a bit of Christian Bale, a bit of Michael Keaton type of Batman. I like the bat suit. It kind of reminisces of the first Detective Comics version of Batman in the 30s. Even the bat symbol, if you look at the old first version of Batman, there, you know, like a lot of people kind of got iffy on the bat symbol, but if you look at his first appearance in Detective Comics, that bat symbol is kind of like the one we have now. So I think Pattinson, you know, is going to be great. I can't wait to see how they're going to try to add him into the DCEU. You know, but Christian Bale played Patrick Bateman in The American Psycho, which is based on the novel by Bret Easton Ellis, and Bret Easton Ellis is kind of a character himself. He's kind of like Bret Easton Ellis. He is kind of a mystery wrapped in an enigma. He's very out there. Kind of scary a bit when he says that he based Patrick Bateman on himself. But he said it was based on his dad, but he later said it's based on him. And it's kind of like, okay, you're kind of scary now. But Christian Bale talked to Movie Maker, some website or some YouTube channel, I guess. Christian Bale explained how his co-stars originally didn't understand his style of acting, his acting style as Bateman. Bale said, "Josh Lucas and I did a film together recently, and he opened my eyes to something that I had been unaware of. He informed me that all of the other actors thought I was the worst actor they have ever seen. He was telling me they kept looking at me and talking about me, saying, 'Why did Mary fight for this guy? He's terrible.' It was until he saw the film and that he changed his mind. I was in the dark completely about the critique." This kind of made me laugh because Josh Lucas is a good actor. He was in Empire Falls, which was he played the younger Paul Newman. He was in one show, I forget. He was in some cop show, which was really good, by the way. But it made me laugh a bit because, like, Christian Bale, some of the actors he worked with on American Psycho, you kind of forget easily because you're focused on him. You're focused on Bale's performance because that's how Christian Bale is and stuff. When you see him in a movie, you're focused on him because he's that damn good of an actor. You're like immediately like, what is this guy going to do? And I think that's how he is as Batman. Like, a lot of us remember him as Batman because he was so into the role. Like, you're like literally believing this guy could be Batman. It's kind of like how it is with Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer even. Kilmer, I felt like they kind of put him in a corner where he couldn't move, you know. Like, you put him around so many people, and you're like, you couldn't elevate him as Batman the way they did with Bale and Keaton. And even Affleck. Affleck elevated as Batman. He was the standout in Dawn of Justice. Like, a lot of people talk about Dawn of Justice, but they talk about Affleck as Batman. Clooney was just not... Clooney just didn't give a shit. And that was the thing that was so bad about it. Like, George Clooney is such a good actor. It's just like, I wish they had the right writer. Like, the director, there was nothing wrong with him. Schumacher is a great director. A lot of people just shit on him just for that one film, but they don't look at The Saint, A Time to Kill, Lost Boys, Phone Booth. Like, they don't look at those films and just like, yeah, he's a great director. Like, he could direct some dark stuff. Batman and Robin is just like one of those films that people keep harping back on. Like, they just don't really appreciate all his other works. And stuff like Phantom of the Opera. Andrew Lloyd Webber's Phantom of the Opera. I don't care for it, but it was a very nice looking film. But I wish they would have given time for Batman and Robin and just let, kind of make George Clooney give a shit about playing Batman. But he didn't. He just sort of like, oh, it's just a paycheck and doesn't get me on TV a lot, so it could start my film career. And he really had a successful acting career after that. I mean, he was good in ER, though. Like, ER, he was really good. So, that was the thing that kind of, like, I look at and just sort of, like, yeah. Anyway, it just sort of made me laugh about the Christian Bale, acting, like. Here's what Chloe, what's her name? I forget her name. She was in a lot of films, but anyway. She talks about his performance, his method acting performance. She states, quote, Chloe Sinifki, I think is her name. Working with Christian was pretty hard because I didn't know this whole time the whole method thing. Sorry, I didn't know what this whole method thing was. I was pretty fresh. I hadn't done many films before. And that an actor would lose himself to such a degree and was so consumed by the part. I was having a hard time, kind of, just wanting to socialize with him. But feeling that he didn't, and then my ego being like, does he not like me? Does he think I'm a terrible actress? But But this, of course, is exactly what he was going for. He explained the oral history and his intention to make Patrick Bateman a complete heartless monster, and how he and director Mary Herron viewed the character, stating, quote, I think the thing that united us on it is I had no interest in his background, childhood. She didn't either. We looked at him as an alien who landed in this unabashedly capitalist New York of the 80s, and looked around and said, how do I perform like a successful male in this world? And that was beginning point. We didn't want to talk about why this way, what happened in his childhood. There was none of that between Mary and I. He did play, Bateman really good. Like, He, like, I think, honestly, his portrayal of, I wouldn't say his portrayal of Patrick Bateman, but the way he looked. He looked so different than everybody in the film. Like, everybody, like, you can tell. Now, I'm not criticizing any of the actors that were with him in this film. I mean, him and William Dafoe had some awesome scenes. Like, it just made me wish that they would do a film again. That's the funny thing about it, is like, American Psycho came out in 2000, like 4 years before he played Batman, and William Dafoe was in Lighthouse, when Robert Pattinson got the role of Batman. So it's kind of funny though. But it made me wish that Dafoe and Bale would do a film together. But when you see Christian Bale with the other people in the film, he looks different than them. He stands out different than them. And you see that, like, you see this guy really put himself into this role. And he, of course, stood up from it. So, and it's kind of funny though, like, one thing I want to point out, which is kind of hilarious. I know today we were supposed to do the time travel thing, and I'm sorry about that, we didn't get to do that. We'll probably do it tomorrow, I think. But I kind of wanted to talk about, like, movies and stuff like that, like something fun. Jared Leto. Someone told me about this. About Jared Leto. This one's pretty funny. Birds of Prey comic book writer Gail Simone isn't a fan of Jared Leto's Joker. That's actually something Gail Simone and I would agree on. But this one's pretty funny. Jared Leto is creating a cult to save people from coronavirus. Supposedly. This is a gossip thing. Like, somebody... Jared Leto did not know about the coronavirus. He learns about the coronavirus after being in isolation for 12 days. But there was this rumor that he has a cult. I don't know if it's true. It wouldn't surprise me, though, that if he had a cult, But he has this weird ass cult group, and I saw it on a video. And it has these people on this island. And it charges people money to hang out there. Like, I'm trying to find it. Alrighty, let me go on their website, 30 Seconds to Mars. I've heard, when I saw the prices of it, they have, here it is, Mars Island. They get on an island. Mars Island. You go to this island. You hang out with Jared, the other people. You have fun. Here it is. 3 nights for the Mars Island South Camp. One payment of $1,649, or 6 payments of $247.83. Learn more. Let's learn more. I have to know. I may want to go there. No, I don't want to go there. Here it is. You stay at this camp, South Camp. 3 nights, all-exclusive festival, including two full-length concerts by 30 Seconds to Mars, as well as a community, a wellness-focused activity. Stay in air-conditioning Bell tents that accommodates 4 guests and have access to shared modern facilities, including showers and bathrooms, which are conveniently located near each campsite. For the one payment, early entry, $549. A tattoo for $99. A massage, $90. A deep tissue massage, $95. First off, who the hell, $99 for a tattoo? What is the tattoo? Doesn't anybody say what the tattoo is? Alright, let's go to Stargaze Package, East Camp. 3 nights, 1 payment, $1,729. 6 payments of $288.17. Same thing for the early entry, tattoos, all that. Adventurer Package, South Camp. 1 payment, $2,749. 6 payments of $458.17. Adventurer Package West Camp, 3 nights, $2,889. 6 payments, $481.50. Alright, you got the VIP package. $7,000. 4 nights. Daydreamer package. 6 payments of $1,191.50. Damn. See, they don't even show what the tattoo is. That's the thing that kind of bugs me. It's like, what are you getting? What are you getting in this tattoo? Alright, let's look at the Daydreamer thing. Luxury awaits on the island. The Daydreamer package, the VIP package, is located on Sun Lodge. That is completely weatherproof, lockable, fully furnished, with shared and suite bathroom and shower available for 2 package holders, either single or double beds configuration. Sun Lodge are all set island on their own camp. Close to the kitchen, close to the kitchen and pool area, providing convenient, exclusive access for the weekend festivals. 3 nights, all-inclusive festival, including a full-length concert, two full-length concerts by 30 Seconds to Mars, as well as community and wellness-focused activity, stay shared, occupied air conditioning, lodge and suite, bathroom and shower. The lodge is east, facing the 2 guests each lodge. You get it with the payment option, but also you get the tattoo for $99 for a tattoo, the massage for $90, or the deep tissue massage for $95. I'd be honest, like, who the hell would want any of that? I'm being honest with you, like, this is just creepy. I know there's going to be some people who love 30 Seconds to Mars and Jared Leto. And they would probably do it. They would spend their money to do it. Because, they want to be, I mean, here's the thing about it. Like, even in this thing, this island cult, do you even get to meet Jared Leto? Like, do you get to meet him or the band members? Do you get to even hang out with the dude, or do you just basically, like, you're a dollar sign? You just spent money. He's just like, I don't want to hang out with these lower people. Like, what is this? I mean, here's the thing about it. If I had to, this is hypothetically, one, I would never do it. I would never spend. Hold on. Let me look this up. I'm going to pick one. Alright. One, I would not spend the one payment of $1,649, because one, I would crush I had to do that, or the 6 payments of $274.83. One, I would not do that. Mainly because, also, I would not share a tent with 4 other people. Hell no. If I'm spending $1,649, I want a tent to myself. So, and it's like, if I had to spend an extra $99 to get a tattoo, I sure as hell better meet the person that told me to spend the money and get a tattoo. I would not do it. Like, and that's the thing about it. It's just like, do these people get to meet this guy? Do they get to, like, get a photo or an autograph or anything? If they don't, then what the hell is the point of spending the money to do this? I mean, like, what do you get out of this? What do you get out of this? Do you get friendship with people who share the same common interests? No, you probably don't. Like, that's why I like comic book conventions. It's like, you get to probably meet people and create friendships with people, or you find new comic book shops and you become, acquaintance or friends with the owner of the shop and stuff. You're better off doing that. You're better off, like, finding a hobby and creating a hobby with people, be friends with people who share the same hobby interests. It's like, you look at cosplayers. Cosplayers create friendships with other cosplayers because they share ideas. They talk about ideas. that's where you're better off at than you are at spending $1,000 and going to an island where you probably are not going to have a good time. Because with that, you have travel, you have to get a plane ticket or something. I don't know. I've never been on these stupid things. But I never been to like a stupid island where you're going to basically see 2 concerts of the same band. But anyway, we're going to be wrapping up the show. Anyway, I think we'll be back tomorrow. I don't know. What day is it today? Today's Thursday. So yeah, probably we'll be back tomorrow. Keep your social distance and wash your hands and do whatever you have to do. So anyway, I will see you all tomorrow.